Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to make an awesome, sweet, and crunchy homemade French toast. This is a really easy recipe, doesn't cost much, and trust when I say you will never ever have to go out and buy French toast again. The first thing we'll need today is some bread. I'm going to use a bread today called challah bread, or also known as egg bread in the Jewish community. No, I'm not Jewish, but this is just an awesome piece of bread. It's flaky, it's moist, it's buttery, it's layered, it's kind of like a giant croissant. So while it's cooking, this challah bread is going to hold its texture. So it's not going to fall flat, nor will it get mushy, which also means that once it's done frying, it's going to give us a nice, beautiful crust, which is going to work great with holding up our syrup and the powdered sugar or whatever toppings you want to put in your French toast. In addition to the bread, we'll need milk, eggs, unsalted butter, sugar, vanilla extract, ground cinnamon, and ground nutmeg. Take a nice sharp serrated knife and start to slice your bread. You can cut the bread really into any desired thickness you prefer, but for this loaf of bread, I'm going to take 6 pieces. Now this full loaf will give you about 8 to 10 pieces, but for today's recipe, it calls for 6 thick pieces of bread. Grab a nice large bowl and toss in your ingredients. You want to first add in your eggs, milk, your vanilla extract, sugar, ground cinnamon, and your ground nutmeg. I find that by using a large whisk, the mixture mixes better. So grab a nice large whisk, mix the ingredients until well combined. Once you have your mixture fully combined, you want to grab a dish such as a deep dish pie pan or maybe a bowl that has a larger, flatter surface. The reason why is because when you dip your bread into the mixture, you want to make sure it's at least halfway covered. Now the bowl is not wide enough for the bread. You can use the bowl if you want, but I just find it easier if you transfer it to a flat dish that has a more larger surface area. It makes it easier to coat your bread. Again, the bread does not have to be fully submerged, but at least halfway. That way, as it soaks up, it goes to the entire piece of bread. Grab a non-stick skillet, add in a tablespoon or 2 of butter, depending on the size. You want to put just enough butter to coat the bottom of the pan, not too much. Once the butter melts, it's going to brown a little bit. That's perfectly fine. We want our butter to brown because we want to get a nice crust on our French toast as it cooks. While your butter is melting, quickly grab your bread, dip it into the egg mixture, let it sit for about 5 seconds, flip it, let it sit for about another 5 seconds. That way the egg mixture soaks thoroughly through the bread. As you can see, our butter has melted and is browned a slight bit. Take your toast, put it in your pan, 1 piece at a time. No more than 2 in your pan because you don't want to cause overcrowding, which can lead to steaming, and you don't want a mushy French toast. Once you have your French toast in your pan, do not move it. Let it sit and let it cook for about 4 to 6 minutes per side. Because we are using raw eggs, you want to make sure this toast cooks thoroughly. After 4 to 6 minutes of cooking, take a spatula or a fork, whatever you have, and flip your French toast and let that side cook for another 4 to 6 minutes. Once the other side of the toast has completed cooking, remove it from your pan, put it in the oven. What I would suggest is preheat your oven to 170 degrees. That way your French toast stays warm but doesn't continue to cook while you are cooking the other pieces of toast. Take your French toast, put it on your plate, and now it's time to add your toppings. I'm going to dust mine with a few shakes of powdered sugar. I'm then going to add some nice, warm, oozing maple syrup. I love maple syrup and powdered sugar. Even though they're technically both sugars, I just love the sweet. So we have the sweet French toast, the sweet sugar, and a sweet syrup. Bon appetit. All right, guys, there you go. You've made it through another session of food therapy. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching my videos. This recipe, as you can see, is really easy. It's simple, cost effective, and you'll probably never have to go out and buy French toast again ever in your life, as long as you can eat it. So again, thank you all so much for watching. If you are having the recipes that you do want me to make or want to send me a challenge, I'm down for it. Let me know in my comments. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. And until next time.